Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Lisa Knits and Vlogs. I'm Lisa. I'm here to show you about my makes that what I'm making at the moment. And it is the garter stitch stripe scarf. It's beginner knitting. I did find this from my local library, and if you go to your local library you'll probably find one there too. Now, it's 33 stitches at 176 centimeters, 60 blocks in total. The last one I think I did 132 blocks, but it is up to you how many blocks you do and how many blocks you don't do. So, this is what I'm up to so far, what I've done. And I will be using a different colour once I've done the first 20 blocks. And then I'm going to go to the red. Now, first I cast on 33 stitches. Normally it tells you to slip the first stitch on the first row, but I didn't. I just completely knitted it. In rows 1 to 14, I slipped this first stitch and then I knit the garter stitch. Always slip the first stitch at either end. And this is where the blocks come into it. I slip the first stitch and I knit the first row. Row 2, I slip and purl to the end. Row 3, I slip and knit to the end. Row 4, I slip and I purl. So runs 1 through 4 are knit and purl rows, but always slip the first stitch, whether you knit or purl. So rows 5 through 10, I always slip the first stitch and I do the garter stitch. Slip the first stitch and always do the garter stitch. And you do that all the way through, and I'm up to block number 13 now. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm up to number 13 now, and I put stitch markers in. Stitch markers are your best friends. Look at my hair. I combed it. Doesn't want to do what it needs to do. But now I use the stitch marker so I can show you. That was my first day. And since this one, I have done it to this green one, so I have done a fair bit. But stitch markers are your best friends. I do have other stitch markers, but I'm trying to use these ones up first before I use my good ones. So that's 2 days so far. Now the yarn that I'm using, and the red, I'm using red as well, which is the same specs as this green one. Same of everything. 4 Seasons Marble April 100% acrylic, 100 grams. And it's cool hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble, dry flat in the shade, low iron, dry cleanable. 270 meters per ball, and 4mm knitting needles, but I am using a size 4.5 with my penguin stoppers on the end. Not from Temu, but not affiliated. I just like them. Knitting tensions 22 stitches by 30 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square, made in India. And the colour is cardigan. Now our yarn's starting to come with the colours on it, because before it used to only be the lot colour and the lot number and the colour number. Made for Spotlight, Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com. And that's what I am up to doing. That's one, and then there's the red. So I'm going to put the red with it. The red will be the next colour I do with the in between the green. So I'm going to do red and green, and then the red and green I'll probably do also, maybe do a hat out of what I've got left. I'm going to just cut this up, just as it's telling me what I need to let you guys know. And I'll probably do a hat out of the same colours as well, which will be good. And I think that would be great if I do the same colours. What I'll do is I'll just cut this one up, and then that way it won't annoy you guys, and I can cut this bit up when I'm finished. So yeah, I have done pouches in this colour, these colours, and stockings to go with it. as well. But now I'm up to doing the first row where I slip the first stitch and I knit, and then I'll purl coming back. We have a nice coolish day today, as you can tell, which is good. So I hope that you guys have all been good and safe and whatnot. So and that I've been good. I've been enjoying the cooler weather. It's been good. So over the hot weather. Bring the cool weather in any time, I say. So now what I'll do is I slip the first stitch purlwise, and now I'll purl. And when it's cooler, I find I can, not using it as an excuse or anything, but when it's cooler, you can always do a lot of knitting. So I do have a lot of knitting to catch up on, and a lot of ball bands to do, which reminds me I've got to put a ball band away because it's finished and I don't need it. And I'll need to do another video on the ball bands and how many meters I've done so far, because I haven't done that as yet. So I'll better get doing that too, so I might do that later. Once I've done a few more rows of this. The scarf. I've gone scarf mad. I do have the eyelet stitch, the eyelet mock cable stitch to do as well. So I've got the choice of two, or I can do the moss stitch. The moss stitch one as well. That's a nice stitch to do. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to do the eyelet mock stitch one, or I might even do this one in the, I think I'll have enough to do both scarves in the value ball yarn that I have in lemon. I've got 6 of those left, so that's probably what I will do. I could probably have both of them going at once. Maybe I could have 2 going at once, but I'm normally a one person, you know, work on one project at a time. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to have the second one started, so I might even do that. I haven't been trouble with my left ear today. It seems like it wants to be blocked. So I hope that you're all crocheting and knitting and working on your projects. I wonder how many whips you guys have all got going at once. Are you a one-person whip, or are you a person who has multiple whips going and you work on each one? I suppose if I did that, we had a multiple of whips going, and then I'll get rid of, you know, get some more yarn done, I suppose, which is a good idea. Which would be good. But we'll work that out. I'm marking off my lines because I always write down on a bit of paper the rows to each block, so then that way when I get up and move away, I know exactly where I'm up to and where I have to, you know, pick up from. What I'll do is I'll do this row and the next row, and then I'll let you guys go. So then that way you guys don't get bored with me in that. So and I hope that you guys are keeping hydrated and whatnot. I have been, because we've had some very hot weather. So of course you've got to keep hydrated. And that's so. Now this row, because I've done row 5 as a knit, row 6 is a knit as well. So we slipped the first stitch knitwise, and now I knit. Because rows 5 through 10 are all knit rows. And that's how I get the blocks done. So I've got 7 more blocks to do in this colour, and then I'll be changing to the red. And then I'll do the 20 blocks that way. And then I'll do 20 blocks of green, 20 blocks of the red, 20 blocks of the green. I was thinking maybe I'll do another, finish off with the 20 blocks of red. So that way they've got 2 blocks of each. I'll see what happens. I'm saying that now, but then I'll probably get to the end and think, no, that's it. We'll cast off from there. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you guys to it now, and that's those 2 rows done. So I've done 4 rows while I was talking to you and explaining what I was doing. And I do hope you like and comment, even if it's a love heart and thumbs, and I do. We'll see you on the YouTube streets. Bye.